Today is October 4th, Monday, 2010, 12 p.m. I am now going to call the Student Senate meeting to order at 12:02. With that said, if everyone can overlook the minutes and the agenda, we'll take the adoption of both of those. Do I have an adoption of the agenda?
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Second?
Second.
All right. Now we'll go into the introduction of our senators and then on to our guests. We'll start, please start with your first, last name, and office. We'll start with Max and then work our way down.
Max Martinez, Senator.
Alicia Nichols, Senator.
Alex Riani, Senator.
Jeremy Walsh, Senator.
Riley Gaki, Senator.
Amir Charlie, I'm Treasurer. John Kohler, Vice President.
Corey Parrish, President.
Amir Plaza, Parliamentarian.
Sarah Morgan, Secretary.
Sam Bowman, Senator.
Chris Robbins, Senator.
Hector Ochoa, Senator.
Joseph Gideon, Senator.
Teresa Artando, Senator.
Eric Mimbari, Senator.
Rochelle Hodges, Senator.
Okay, and then we'll start from the back with Ms. Simpson.
I'm Dr. Susie Simpson. I'm here representing Active Minds at JCCC.
I'm Michelle Beeler. I'm representing Active Minds at JCCC.
Christopher Stratman. I'm representing Active Minds at JCCC.
I'm Kristen McAfee. I'm representing Active Minds at JCCC.
I'm Mindy Kinnaman, advisor to Student Senate.
I'm Gina Valeno. I'm hoping to be a future senator.
I'm Samuel Chagwe. I want to be a senator.
Cameron Gordon, former senator, representing OBC.
I'm Whitney Bolton, representing OBC.
I'm Jessica Coleman, representing OBC.
I'm Frank Williams, petition to get a chess club started.
Okay.
I'm Emily Hiskey. I represent Sky. My name is Kimberly Coombs. I'm an advisor for Sky.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, and welcome to all of you to our Student Senate meeting day. We hope that you enjoy it. We're not as comical, as we said before, as the Desperate Housewives that we talked about, or the Yankees, but we'll try to make it worth your while. So thank you for joining us today, and welcome. First order of business, I'll pass it over to the Vice President for introduction of two new student groups. John?
Okay. Today we have with us, as you guys have heard, representatives from Active Minds. So if you guys would like to say anything, this would be your time to.
My name is Christopher Stratman, and basically Active Minds is a student-run organization. It's a national organization, and we would like to begin here a chapter for JUCO. And what we do is we act as a liaison between the student body and the counseling center. We are interested in informing people about mental health issues and, if you will, lifting many of the stigmas that surround a lot of the mental health issues. We think that it's something that can definitely make an impact on the student body. A lot of times people don't even really pay attention to a lot of the issues that are involved with mental health, and a lot of them can be taken care of pretty easily, or at least addressed. One of my personal main concerns is with people returning from Iraq and Afghanistan that could be suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and other issues that might relate to that within the family and friends. That's something that's certainly going to be making a big impact on college campuses all around the nation, and JUCO should certainly be a part of addressing those issues to the student body whenever possible. And so we, like I said, we are a liaison between the student body and the counseling center. We do not actually give out advice. We do not actually do anything that would require medical or psychological expertise. We simply want to distribute information, contact information, and ways in which they can address these issues. Some of, should we talk about functions? A couple of our functions that we're interested in, just gonna be passing out some info on that. Ways to get people involved, we were thinking of having a bake sale that's coming up in November, I think. And kind of in, coupled with some information that's going to be taking place dealing with eating disorders and the student suicide was another one that, another function that we were going to try to raise some money to address. And so, like I said, we really want to work as like a liaison, and I think that that would really impact the student body in a lot of positive ways. Something that Dr. Simpson pointed out at the very beginning of our course was that everybody has heard about certain situations like the Virginia Tech shooting or other violent situations on college campuses. People hear about that all the time, but very rarely does it ever actually, do anybody actually experience violence on, with a student body or on campus. But probably every single one of us here either has experienced or knows somebody that experienced mental health issues. And so there's a large distinction there, and it's something that's hardly ever addressed. And people our age and people that are dealing with school and a lot of the stressful environments that we all go home to, or work environments, everybody has touched these I guess, different experiences in one way or another. And so it's something that we all feel that should be addressed, and we would like to start an organization to do so.
I would like to add a couple of things. I actually met with the counseling center last weekend, and Ron Vergalt and Kristen Hart have expressed interest in coming on board as co-advisors and liaison between us and the counseling center. It's really more of an advocacy group. It's not a support group, but it's about educating people, community outreach. We foresee bringing people on campus to address issues, present things. As a psychology professor, I hear amazingly distraught stories from my students in their papers and things, and I've been trying to get this off the ground here for about 3 semesters. The Office of Student Engagement, Rick Moore has expressed interest in supporting it, as has Pam Vassar, and I think that this can just be a really great opportunity to open the dialogue, lift the stigma, and I foresee educating other faculty at the professional development days, as well as having sessions that are open to the public and students to come in and learn about specific disorders. I was talking with Queers and Allies about possibly co-sponsoring something to talk about some of the bullying issues that have been going on that have led to suicides that were in the news last week. But just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, in 1 week last semester, I had 3 students in one class that were affected by suicide. One of them, their fiance committed suicide, another one, her boyfriend's father committed suicide, and a third, her friend from high school. That's 1 week in one class. This is an issue that we don't talk about, we don't address it, but it's an issue that far outweighs the number of violent encounters from other people and the danger. And so I think this is a huge legacy for the honors class to get off the ground and leave for the community and for the college. Thank you.
Are there any questions from any senators?
Would your club do to help out someone who's returning back from an overseas deployment, a combat contingency scenario, coming back and having post-traumatic stress disorder? What sort of, could you run me through a possible scenario as far as what the benefit would be from your organization?
Well, I think one of the biggest benefits would be educating faculty about possible symptoms and signs and things that they can expect from their students. But I also see it as getting them in touch with the proper resources, heading them over to Randy at the counseling center and Phyllis. They kind of specialize in working with some of the vets. I'm also on the Veterans Advisory Team, and so we're sponsoring things like that. But we would like to eventually get some kind of a group to come in and offer counseling. Support groups are often really a very good method for PTSD people to share their experience. And that's the problem with post-traumatic stress. The memories aren't processed. They're not put in the right place. So they're stored with all the emotional trauma that goes along with it. So they need to be talked about. They need to be addressed. They need to be normalized in some way.
If I could add maybe just a bit to that. A scenario where maybe some students are discussing something and just kind of opening the dialogue, being able to let them know that they are not alone and that what they are experiencing is not abnormal for them. And then, as she said, to be able to provide them with resources where they can address those issues.
Thank you. If we got you guys step out, we're going to discuss it a little further.
Does it directly?
It may be more pertaining to the actual Senate process than.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So if you guys could step out, and we'll call you in when we're done.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, these are the students on campus who've already signed up to be part of it, so a good reception.
So, anyone have any questions or comments or about the pertaining?
The question I was going to ask then, and it may be more appropriate for this, is they tried to get started for 3 semesters. What has been the barrier? What exactly are they asking from us?
I was assuming that she was just getting everything kind of situated and making sure it was kind of, it's obviously well put together if they come in and, all
That's
these
right.
papers.
Yeah, and that's why I have the question is if they had disorganized, why they had such an issue.
Looks like they
I think it's just now starting to, this is like the next process and they're getting going.
What exactly are they asking for us?
Well, as the senator, we are able to vote in our proposed clubs with a 2/3 majority vote. So with that being said, once they are a club for, say, 2 years, they can then ask for budget requests from the treasurer, and it just kind of helps signify a more solid foundation for the club. So right now it's just kind of a group, and then it can be a club on campus, and they can take all the things up in the Center for Student Involvement, kind of to help them out. I said that weirdly.
The official recognized, that's really.
Yeah.
And to add on to that really quickly, I think that Active Minds would play an active role here at the school. And I think it's something that will be an intricate part, and that will have an intricate place here within and amongst all of our clubs and organizations. You have to understand that we do have a lot of non-traditional students that do come, and like Jeremy, a lot of them do have military backgrounds. Some of them do not have military backgrounds, but to show that we do have a club and organization that has a direct focus on mental health and other issues to that nature, I think it's very important. I think it's pivotal that you take into consideration that this is something that's very much needed here within the chambers of the school. So with that said, I'm going to turn it back over to the Vice President.
Yeah. It's pretty much that. I believe we need a
2/3 majority.
2/3 majority, which would
There's
be
17 here. 17.
so
Motion for acclamation.
Go.
can we get a motion to start the voting process?
Motion to start voting.
Can we get the quorum first? Establish the quorum. What's the quorum?
Should be 7.
How many people do we
There's
need?
17.
There's 17 of us, so with okay. Let's be smarter than everybody. With 17, then we need 13 to pass. Thank you. Sorry. That's all right.
So that being
That's all
said, everyone in favor? Jean, yes.
Remember, you're not being recorded on camera, so they're not going to jump you after. I will, but maybe they won't. Yes. So, it now passes, and they are, Active Minds is now officially a club and organization here on campus. Michelle, could you open the door and let them back in? And all those who didn't vote, tell them.
If you guys have any further questions or whatnot, you can contact either Corey or I, or talk to Mindy about any other further processes you might need to take.
And we would also like to extend an invitation to any of you, if you would be interested in joining our group and being active in the group, we would love to have you.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you guys are free to leave if you'd like, if you guys have other things you need to get to, or.
I want to ask you real quick, since you are now an official organization, you have a home in the Center for Student Involvement up in COM 309.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, one more thing. If we were to petition for some startup funds, how would we go about doing that?
Dun, dun, dun. You would answer that one.
My foot's in the door, I might as well kick it up a little.
It does take 2 years being an active club here on campus, so
Great.
it takes a little time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That being said, we do have one more student club here represented by Frank Williams. So if you'd like to speak.
As John said, I'm Frank Williams. I'm a retired person. Got nothing to do, I'm bored to death. I was sitting at home keeping my couch and TV company when my daughter called and says, I need help. She's out of the Army, back trying to get a college education. And she says, Dad, why don't you come over to JCCC and enroll in the statistics course with me, and you could take the lifetime fitness course too. I lost 30 pounds at the fitness course. My daughter got a B in the statistics, and I got an A. Since then, I've been taking a few math courses, and one of the things I've missed on the campus, I love to play chess. And that's why I'm here. I want to form a JCCC chess club. I've got enough signatures, I've got a sponsor, and I know how to play the game. Now, like I say, I don't know if it'll help out the people who need help, but like I say, I'm bored, and it'll give me something to do. That's all I've got to say. If there's anybody else wants any questions. I have an advisor to sponsor the club. It's from the math department.
You said you had members already, people interested?
I think we have a little over 20 signatures. And I also found out when I first came on campus, there was no chess club at the moment. I thought, that's too bad. And I made friends around the math department, and somebody said they used to have a chess club. Some reason it dropped off to the side. My advisor says, yeah, he and 2 or 3 other faculty members used to belong, or used to come to the chess club. And they said they'd be glad to see one start back up.
So any questions or anything? I know you have kind of thought about getting together on like Wednesdays and Thursdays to kind of open it up for everyone. So
Yes.
that was kind of neat. I'm not going to explain that when we discuss it, but if you wouldn't mind stepping out, we will discuss it furthermore, and then we'll call you back in.
Well, he looks good to have lost 30 pounds. That's good.
So I think it's a valuable club that you have here on campus. I think more people than we know really have an interest in chess. And it's definitely a good process of kind of keep the juices flowing as you kind of progress in life and whatnot. So, Eric, did you have a comment?
I'll also like to add something. I think the chess club will be a good thing in the student lounge. We'll have more people since we'll be like a group. So more people will be coming in to use that space.
So if it passes, and you'll encourage that for him to come up there?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we already have the quorum covered at 13.
13, we need a motion from the floor.
So if we get a motion on the floor to start with the voting process.
Motion start.
Okay,
Second.
got it, second. So all those in favor?
Doing work and taking business. Unanimous? All right, it's Michelle, can you do the honors for us, please?
JCCC Chess Club is now a club here on campus, and if you have any further questions or whatnot, you can contact me, Corey, or Mindy.
Okay,
And give that information to
that
you.
sounds very good. I'll be getting in contact with you. I know you better. I don't know Corey yet.
Consider
But-
yourself lucky.
What's that?
Consider yourself lucky.
Oh, well, we'll go ahead and I'll go over and talk to the advisor now and tell him we're a club, and if anybody wants to learn how to play chess, I have done some teaching.
Thank you so much.
And anybody is welcome to come by and sit in, watch or play, and we may even organize some tournaments next semester.
Great. Thank you.
When?
Wonderful.
When are you gonna?
One thing,
Yes.
please make use of the student lounge up in
309?
322.
Well, come to 309 as well, but down around the corner is the student
Student
lounge.
lounge.
Yeah, there is one in there. I've seen some chess sets in there.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually, I'm thinking we would need tables probably a little longer than this. You have individual tables, that's 2 people, and I think I saw 4 tables in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm hoping we have more than that.
Yeah, we've got.
Somebody said you got a side room with, somebody told that you had some other,
Yeah.
tables.
We do.
Yeah.
Are you from the Development Center?
Yep.
Forget,
So-
I wouldn't mean to cut you off, but we do have a lot of
Yes.
needs. But thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations again. Wonderful. We're going to make a little bit of detour in the agenda today, so we apologize for that ahead of time, but some things have come up. Right before the budget committee club request, we'll go straight to Jake Akers, and from there, after his 3 minutes, we'll go straight into the budget request and proceed on with the agenda. Jake?
3 minutes.
Is that too?
No, well, I can't do anything under 5, but I'll make it happen. Basically, I wanted to take this opportunity. Amir invited me and has talked with me about the leadership program that I started about. It's been 4 years ago now here at the college, and Amir has graduated from that program, and John is attending right now. And several, I'm trying to see if there's anybody else. And Hector's going now, Jeremy has. So we've got a few folks, Rochelle over here. So they're all people that you could ask about it for their personal experience. But essentially what it is, it's an opportunity for students here on campus to attend. We have about 10 to 12 leadership sessions every Thursday from 12:30 to 1:45. And I've sort of zeroed in on that time and just have to pick a time and go with it. So I know not everyone's schedule fits that perfectly, but that's my plan again for the spring session. It runs each semester, like I said, 10 to 12 sessions, 12:30 to 1:45 on Thursdays. I bring in a variety of speakers talking about leadership topics. I'll do 1 or 2 of the sessions myself, and then we also bring in people that, most of them are local speakers. They're not folks from New York that we fly in for a one-time session and then they're out of here and you'll never see them again. So they're people that you could email, keep in touch with, be an opportunity for you to be mentored a little bit. That's the idea anyway. So these sessions I have a website, it's just jcc.edu/Cavalier Leadership. There is a link on there to email me if you want to attend. It's not something that you have to sign up for in advance. Essentially, you have to be a credit student and show up. So it's pretty easy. So Thursdays, 12:30. If you say something 3 times, you'll remember it, right? Thursdays, 12:30 to 1:45. This semester, we're about halfway through. So most of you in here, that if you're not already attending, it'd probably be best to just plan for it in the spring, because I do like for you to attend. I say the majority of the sessions, and we'll give you a certificate at the end. It's a good resume builder for you, something that you can say when you leave here. Someone can see that on your resume and go, what's this leadership program about? It's a good, I always say it's a good resume builder. All right, I have a few little handouts here. I'll just leave on the table over there, so when you leave, you can snag one. I won't interrupt any further. And thanks for your time. I'm back to my staff meeting. Cool? Are we good? Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Jay. I think it'd be interesting if I made a challenge to all the senators here that if you have not started now, the next semester you take the leadership training and make it a point that we have the full Senate that's trained throughout the Capitol leadership training. So let's just keep that in mind, try to fit that into your schedule next year, and I think that'd be really great because these two are living witnesses of it and they look like they've done all right from what we can see. So with that said, we'll move on to the Budget Committee club request with the treasurer, Amir.
Okay, so the budget committee met last Friday, and we do have new meeting times, just a quick announcement, which is gonna be Tuesdays at 1 in COM 102. I'm gonna pass around the sign-up sheet. But we did meet on Friday with the Sky Club and OBC. And so if we can first have the Organization of Black Legions make a quick presentation before we vote on the holiday party.
Start off. I'm Cameron. Didn't already introduce myself. I'm with OBC. I don't know if I should get up front and center. Stand
Come on,
here.
get close.
All right. Camera shy. So basically, we're asked for this particular request. We're asking for funds for another holiday, or yeah, I guess you could say holiday party. It's going to be in December. It's not catered towards Christmas or any holiday in particular. It's just kind of like a, festive holiday thing going into the winter break. Last year we threw the first one, and it went pretty well considering it was our first time doing it. And I'd say it was a pretty good party. The theme of the party is basically we have the way you gain entry is by the two ways. You either pay $3 or you donate 3 cans. And essentially the point of the party is sort of a charity / fundraiser. The money goes to our group's funds, but the cans all go to a specific food drive to then distribute the food items throughout the community. We haven't picked the one for this year yet, but last year we did a local one. This year we're hoping to expand on what we did last year. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more themes going on throughout the party. Last year, we had a DJ and, food catered for the students that attended, and they all had a pretty good time. We also teamed up with another community college, Kansas City Community College, and through that, we just kind of did a party. It's open to all the students on campus, and it's a good event. It's a good charity event. You guys want to add in on it or anything like that?
Let's look happy about it.
All right, well, I'm probably missing out a bunch of stuff, but basically the point of it is it's a good community event, and that's kind of what our group is about, mainly is helping out the community as well as students in the school. So if you guys want to come this year, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good cause, and you're going to have a good time. So yeah, sorry about that.
Please step outside, we're just gonna discuss it and we'll call you back in. Okay, so basically the Organization of Black Legions, I was sitting with Joseph, Theresia, and Maxwell, and we discussed this, and what they want, they requested $1,500 for their holiday fundraiser party. Together, we, the Budget Committee, recommend to the Senate 35% of their total request, which is a total of $525. We find this sufficient enough for what they need to get this party done with the decorations and all that stuff. So, if you have any questions.
Why are they requesting that much money? Was there a particular room or rental that they needed for that? Or
Basically, they said that they needed a sound system and they need to provide for food and decorations and several things to get the party started.
Are they planning on having that here on campus?
Yes.
Okay.
They just filled out an event form sheet.
So there was an actual cost for obtaining the room for that time period? There's not a cost for that?
the senators that showed up to the budget committee want to add anything?
Well, I'll tell you the reason why I arrived at the number that I did. I set forth the criteria that I was gonna judge everyone by. Some of the things that I put in, to my criteria were, are they giving back to the community, which I think they fulfilled that with their food drive. Is there a benefit to JCCC? And I think to some degree, if nothing else, a PR benefit. Is it a worthwhile cause? Yeah. Other things though, student contributions, how much do the students actually contribute? And $3 a person, they contributed, but they're asking for $10 a person if they have 150 people. Last year they only had 60, so they're expecting 2.5 times the number of people. I think that's a bit out of range. But and the self-funding, I take some issue with that. They're actually asking for funds to fund their fundraising, so that's part of the reason why I reduced it. And there's some historical funding issues with them as well that I'm going through now, but that's why I arrived at the criteria. I recommended, I think, 30%, or maybe like, I don't remember, but the average came down to 30%, I think it was.
Just adding on what Joseph said, with the amount that they requested, I felt like it was too bloated. Especially they are requesting these funds mainly for 3 things: for food, sound system, and decoration. So just with whatever Joseph said, that's why I also felt with how much they've always done bake sales and everything, I don't see how they're able to request that much and actually use it for just those 3 things.
And to you, Mr. Treasurer, I wanted to commend you and the budget committee on taking the initiative on this and understanding that we have to hold our clubs and organizations accountable. Let's help them, but let's also help them help themselves as well. I think that's great, and I can see that that's the focus that was going on with the budget committee, so commend you on that.
Okay. If we want to go ahead and vote on it.
Let's take motion from the floor. Motion.
Motion to vote on the budget.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay. Those who vote yes for it.
For the 525?
Yes.
Okay, for 35%.
What was the quorum, by the way? I'm sorry.
13.
It's 2/3 on this as well.
Okay.
Noes? Any noes? Any abstentions?
Whoa. Yeah,
You're, sorry, just,
never mind. Go ahead.
you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Can you give us a vote count?
It passes with a majority vote of 14.
All right.
So Rochelle, if you could call me back.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Treasurer, you want to give the news?
Yes, the organization has been approved for 35% of the total request, and that is $525.
All right.
You want to go ahead and talk to Ms. Gassi, if she can take it from there.
Pam.
Oh.
Pam. Thank you. Mr. Treasurer, continue,
Okay,
please.
our second funding request came from the Sky Club, the Student Kansas Association of Interpreters. So if we could have you do a quick presentation, just very briefly about what the trip is about and then we'll go on.
We are requesting funds for our silent weekend. It is a 3-day event, 2 nights, where all of us get together and turn our voices off and use American Sign Language only. If any of you know, learning a second language, the best way to learn it is by getting immersed in a situation like that where you don't have influence from your native language. So getting immersed in the language and culture is really important, and so for us it's kind of like a mini study abroad opportunity. We have a local deaf community in Olathe, and so we invite several members of the community to come with us and just interact and socialize and be able to learn more about the language and culture, and it's a really great opportunity for us.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to discuss it together, and if you could please step out. So Sky is gonna go on a trip, and because it's gonna be a trip out of school, we're gonna vote it for a maximum number amount of people. There are gonna be 41 people going, and they requested $72 per person, which is $2,952 total. We, the Budget Committee, recommend to the Senate 84% of their total request, which is a total of $2,479.68, which is also $60.48 per person, up to 41 people being funded. And we find this a great opportunity for the members of Sky Club to take advantage of.
Nobody has said yet where this trip is to.
They told us in the presentation. I'm gonna tell you, they had a very impressive presentation. She didn't go into near the depth, but they bring deaf community from around Johnson County in to help them, I guess, understand their culture. These are people that are in an interpreter. Wow, interpreter program here at JCCC. I'll tell you, they had a very impressive. The only real weak spot, I use the same rubric for judging them as I did OBC. The only real pseudo weak spot is their own fundraising. They have done bake sales and such, but it's not quite the percentage. Last year, they took 30 people. They got, what was it, $2,000?
Yeah,
and they were funded at 75%. This year they're asking for 30% more, and they're taking 30% more people, and so that's why we arrived at that number essentially.
That still hasn't answered the question. Where are they
They
going?
told us
Are they
we
going
don't
here, or are
remember.
they going to?
Somewhere.
That's what I was trying to figure out, why they're getting the figure of $60-some per person. I mean, if they're gonna
The
do this
money,
here.
the money is going towards lodging and meals, and they're paying for their own transportation.
Okay.
And they told us where it was, but I don't remember, I'm sorry, but it's somewhat local, so.
Unfamiliar sounding place to any of us.
I just want to add something. This is a great opportunity to at least get students that are often overlooked by other organizations an opportunity to participate in JCC's overall academic programs. So it's a good opportunity. So
Thank you. So we'll go ahead and start on the voting procedure.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor of funding 84% of their total request? Okay, anybody opposing? Any abstentions? Okay, Rochelle, could you please?
It passes. Full.
It passes with full.
Good.
Congratulations, you have been approved 84% of your total request. So your next step is to go talk to Pamela Vassar, and you can go on from there if you have any more questions.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, continuing on in a very quick manner, we'll go straight into committee updates very quickly, and then very quickly through student club, campus activity board, and then we'll try to finish this up and get to open forum and have at least 5 or 6 minutes for that. So committee updates, starting with the treasurer, moving our ways down. Amir?
Okay, so like I said, our new meeting times are Tuesdays at 1 in COM 102, and we will be meeting with 2 or 3 new clubs, funding requests, so we need people there for help.
Who are we listening to?
We're meeting with OBC, Hospitality Management, and Capoeira Club.
Seems interesting.
And then I have Inter Club on every other Wednesday, so not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday up in the Center for Student Involvement. This last Wednesday, we talked about what's going on. I can email out a kind of a tentative calendar of what we kind of discussed. I don't have it on me right now, so I can get that out to you guys, and so if you kind of have an idea of what's going on, you can contact people from that in that regard.
Okay, and then as well as with me, service and fundraising is going great. This Friday, we will have the October service project complete and finish. Everybody in the Senate is going to have a task to do. I will give you all out that task on Monday. We also are planning for the Student Government Association Summit, which will start taking effect, and plans from the Service and Fundraising Committee starting this Friday as well. So Friday, 2 to 3, COM 309 in the conference room upstairs. Any other questions whatsoever, please forward them to me.
With rules and conducts, which is Monday, we came up with some idea. I don't think we have time today to discuss it. We're gonna shift it to next meeting, as well as green committee. So,
Thank you.
For public relations, it's kind of been a hectic week, so I tried to do it on Sunday, but I know that didn't work for a lot of you. That's the only day that I have open right now. So I'm gonna try and figure out a time that works for everybody on Sunday if possible, but I'm looking at trying to get in contact with professors and have them mention Student Senate in their classes at some point or another to try and promote the local for Student Senate.
That'd be great. Wonderful. Okey-dokey. Amir? We'll now move on to Amir with campus activity. Board update.
we have Halloween party, which is gonna be October 29th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And the tickets are available at $3 in student activity days. And it's gonna be in Com 155. And the movie of the week is gonna be Grown Ups, which is gonna be at GEB 233 Friday noon.
I'm sorry, thank you, I'm sorry. Now to exec board announcements. The first big announcement that we do have, most of you may have known over the weekend or were notified of it, that Sarah Morgan, our secretary, unfortunately will not be staying with us, and so that will open up another position once again. So with that said, we will entertain a motion from the floor for nominations to be secretary today, and then we will have the election next Monday. And we'll take about at least 45 seconds to a minute for the candidates that will announce their candidacy today. So, do I hear any nominations from the floor?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, the nomination process is now open. Any candidates? 3. Okay, 4. Oh, Jesus. I should throw my hat in the ring. 5. Don't do it. Any 6? Anybody for 6? All right, let's do this very quickly. We'll start with Rebecca, and then we'll work our way around.
I just want to say, I appreciate your vote because I really enjoy being in Senate and I wanted to get more involved. I have a lot of free time and I'm really organized and responsible and I'm full of a lot of great ideas for Senate coming up, so appreciate your vote.
Sure.
All right. So, well, first of all, I wanted to say to Sarah that I respect your decision to go ahead and step down, that I myself know what it's like to go through those kind of things, and family first is definitely a priority, so I respect your decision on knowing that. Every time there's been a position that's open, everybody knows I've been one of the first, if not the first, to volunteer for it, and again, in the essence of time, here I am volunteering again. So I don't really feel it necessary to rehash all my qualifications. Again, I am volunteering myself for the position and appreciate your vote. Thanks.
Well, the same as Jeremy, other than treasurer, I've already nominated myself before, so, I do have experience with doing secretary work, so if you guys want somebody with experience, I'm it.
Eric?
Well, everybody has experience, I guess. I've been a secretary before in lots of clubs, and currently I'm the secretary of International Club. I take good notes, so I think that would be awesome. And I am open-minded, very friendly to people, and I believe I'll fit in and good ideas for the Senate.
Thank you.
Just this past school year, I was just secretary for the Senior Leadership Club with the North. And so I have experience in that, and I was also involved in like 6 different clubs at once, so I have like flexibility, and yeah.
Great. Well, are we sure there's not a 6? With that said, wish you all the best of luck. Next Monday we'll have a new secretary, of course. Once again, I want to take the time out to thank Sarah Morgan for her service to our school and to our student body and our community as well, because it was marvelous and magnificent. We are sorry for your loss, and happy belated birthday, by the way. But we do look forward to our new secretary, and I thank you all for stepping up and taking that chance to serve your school once again. Thank you very much. With that said, are there any more executive board announcements from anyone on the executive board? Gosh, this is so easy. Mindy, do you have any announcements?
I do actually. For those of you who were interested in the student media board, that email I sent out last week, she didn't realize she had scheduled it during fall break, so it will be rescheduled. She has not yet set a date or a time, but as soon as that comes across, I'll let y'all know. So just a heads up.
You need 4 senators?
3.
Great. Okay, now we'll move into open forum. Anything from any senators for open forum? Alicia?
I recently talked to Elisa Pacer this last week, and I talked to her about the emergency preparedness issues. And she explained that, you know, like in the case of the towers, that they do check on those regularly, and when they are out, they're actually now posting signs on them that not only say out of order, but they also give you the number for you to call on your cell phone with the extension. She gave me a whole bag full of different things that I thought that we as senators could pass out amongst the student body. And it's got everything from disaster plans to, you know, in case of, you know, medical emergency to, you know, whatever else you can think of as far as emergency goes. So if you want any of those, then I've got them with me.
Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Oh, come on. I talked about Desperate Housewives for the first 5 minutes. You guys have to have something.
I think we've had our guests here for, is it 2 now?
This will be the second, yes.
Second. So that means next week we will be, I guess, hearing from you and then kind of
voting you
in if you think you guys are reasonable for these positions.
This is our first time.
Who's first time? I'm sorry.
Zara.
Okay.
Would you mind standing up and introducing yourself to the rest of us?
Absolutely, no problem. My name is Zara Chaudhry, and I was told by a few of you all to come and stop by. I just didn't have the time, but this is something that I am interested in. So, what's so funny? Just kidding. But and I'm involved on campus. I'm an officer for Phi Theta Kappa, and I don't know, just by watching you guys here today, I really like it. It's very professional. You guys have accomplished so much in just like 30 minutes, which a lot of organizations fail to do. So I'd be honored to join you guys. So I'll be letting you guys know. So thank you.
I like her. Always professional. Okay, and then so the other senators, the other prospective senators have been here 2 meetings now. Third meeting, we will vote you in, of course, which will be next Monday, and you'll be able to sit and walk the plank with the rest of us. Believe me, it's not that fun. You'll be wishing that you were back there more often. But in all seriousness, we do appreciate you coming, and we're really excited to have you all. So best of luck to you next week. It's a very tough process to get into the Senate. So anything else? Nothing about Desperate Housewives. Okie dokie. So with that said, I will now take a motion from the floor to adjourn the meeting. Can I get a second? Second. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.